The coastal town of Joppa is about 40 miles northwest of Jerusalem. In ancient times, the town was called Joppa. It is remembered as the port where Jonah hopped a boat in a futile attempt to escape his assignment from God to preach to the people of Nineveh. Many years later, Joppa was the home of Tabitha, a valued member of the early Christian community. In recounting her story in the Acts of the Apostles, Luke makes a point of noting that Tabitha was a disciple. She had put her faith in Jesus and was inspired by his teaching. She helped spread the good news in Joppa and encouraged her neighbors and friends to join their small but enthusiastic community. In addition to being a faith-filled disciple, Tabitha was talented and generous. She was a skilled seamstress who made and shared beautiful articles of clothing, and she regularly helped those in need. In a delightful turn of phrase, Luke describes her as full of good deeds. It is not surprising that the members of the community were saddened and stunned by the sudden death of Tabitha. It seems that she contracted an illness that progressed very quickly, and that the doctors could find no remedy. As it happened, Peter, the great leader of the church in Jerusalem, was visiting the nearby town of Lydda. The community in Joppa sent a delegation to ask for his help. Peter came to Joppa right away and was welcomed by a crowd of people, all of whom impressed upon him how much they loved and depended upon Tabitha. A group of widows, who could hardly speak through all their tears, brought a sampling of the cloaks and tunics that Tabitha had made. Peter prayed to God to restore Tabitha to life, and to the delight of her community, God answered his prayers. We do not hear about Tabitha again, but we can imagine that she remained a pillar of her community for many years after that. The Acts of the Apostles is a wonderful and inspiring story of how the early church flourished in the years following Jesus' resurrection. Christian communities sprung up in towns and villages throughout the Mediterranean. And members of those communities, like Tabitha, continued to share the good news and to live generous, loving, and hopeful lives.